What's up guys, this is Chris here, and today we're going to be doing an experiment. Today we're going to be shooting a brand new gun, a platform I'm not super familiar with, and we should have a learning experience together. Today we're going to be talking about the FoldAR. Now this is a 16-inch carbine with standard features for the most part. As you can see, we got it kitted out with an aim point and a surefire, just like you would if you were going to have a home defense gun. It is a 16-inch 5.56 gun, so you can shoot pretty much whatever you want through it. Came with one Lancer mag, but it has a unique little feature that I'm going to show you right now. It does this. So this little guy here is the MoBetta by FoldAR, and this is kind of a response to the pistol brace issues we've been having, and this is a way that you can get probably the most compact system for a full 16-inch AR. Now, I'm fully aware that ARs do come apart at the pivot pins, and for most people, I think that's going to be the better way to go. However, this offers a lot of features and a lot of coolness to it that I think is interesting and certainly worth a test out. So today we're going to be running this, trying to figure out how it works, figure out if maybe it's better than some other options, some other folding options, try to see if it works in and out of a bag, and give you kind of the pros and cons of maybe a new system like this, since these seem to be becoming more popular just simply because people want full-size rifles that are lighter and smaller. So the first pro to this is going to be that A, when it folds up, you have all of your force multipliers still. Unlike the kel-tec Sub 2000, which I would kind of argue is the first one to do this, that kind of folds end over end, you're still able to have a mount or a light mounted on the side that it folds, because you have enough room here. As you can see, it's not going anywhere. You're able to keep the bolt carrier and everything ready to go. You're even able to fold this with a full magazine if you want, and then you're also able to fold it with a red dot on it or a backup iron sight setup if you want as well. That's the first pro that I see. The second one that I see is if you are to take an upper and lower off, you don't get kind of an even split, because the upper is always going to be much longer than the lower if you run a 16-inch barrel. Now, if you split it right at the barrel nut, like the receiver portion, you get a full and even split. So as you can see here, you do get a much smaller platform by folding from the front of the receiver as opposed to the back. Now on this guy has a relatively interesting folding mechanism to it, where we kind of have this like cam system here. And it's going to be a little bit tougher to use than something like the Smith & Wesson folding carbine, for example, because it is a 9mm, it has less chamber pressure, less power going on in there, so this has to be much tighter and much more secure, and this thing for sure is. Now the upgrades to something like this over the pistol, for example, would be you also get the full 16-inch barrel, so you get all that expansion, you get that lethality range with 5.56 that is really nice with a 14.5 or a 16-inch gun. You're just going to get more lethal range than you are a sub 16-inch barrel. Now this is a super high quality gun as well. This is not like a parlor trick or a gimmick. Most of the parts and accessories and stuff on here are super high quality from what I've seen so far. Not only does it have a lifetime warranty, but it does have an adjustable gas block, which is pretty neat. It has a cold hammer forged barrel, which is stuff that you can expect with like Daniel Defense, which is very nice as well. And obviously some proprietary parts, but most of these will take AR accessories, features, you know, the trigger, the safety, all those can be changed out to your favorite flavor. All right, so I'm new to this, but the first thing you do here is just kind of He-Man this thing open, and it has a little point here that sticks. You don't need any tools. There's no locking mechanism to open it, which is nice. So it's sitting there folded. You just pull it open here, and then what you do is pull the gun up like this, drop the bolt carrier a little bit, fit this thing in here, snug the bolt carrier up, push the hook in, and then clamp the camming little clamp here, and the gun is ready to go. And that's one of the first times I've done it. Obviously you could probably do it faster than that, and we're going to be working on that, but that is a decent system. Now I wouldn't consider this to be like a super quick system, like holy shit, somebody's shooting at me, I'm gonna go unfold my FoldAR. I probably wouldn't go that route, although considering how small you can get this, it would be optimal for like a bag gun for hiking or something like that. Maybe if you had 5 seconds to deploy the gun, then it would be a good idea. And this is going to be a situational thing. I'm not recommending this one way or another. I'm just simply showing you how the thing works. Now, one of the advantages to this is obviously you can store a full-size rifle in your truck relatively easily if you want. In a case like this is about the smallest carbine case you can get for a 16-inch gun, whereas with the FoldAR, you can see here, this is the bag that it comes in. It is going to be less than half the length of this case. Now, before we get to this video, I do want to mention my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much for supporting the video. You bought the ammo for the video, and we really appreciate you helping out. If you like the Honest Gun content, just go in the description below, click that link. Also in that link is a local shelter named Iowa. It's the YSS. Those kids could really use your help, so please go down and donate to those kids. And finally, I do want to mention FoldAR did send us this, but as you guys know, that's no guarantee of a positive review. We're going to show you everything that happens today, and I'm going to give you my full opinions regardless. So we're going to test this out today, and hopefully it will work out. So we got it in the bag here, and we're just going to do a couple of bag opens up and loads, and then we'll just kind of fiddle with it and shoot it and see how it goes. So I'm not going to put on a timer or anything, but it comes with a pretty nice bag with double zippers, so you can just zip it down like that, pop the gun out, pop it out, get this folding mechanism off right here, which is kind of the hard part. Fold it in. Magazine compartment here for a little shitty magazine. Stock out, chamber, and hit 75. So I don't know, 5-10 seconds for that. And again, it's not my primary gun, but not too bad in my opinion, considering how compact it is. And one of the things I do like about the gun so much is that unlike being like a shitty little gimmick, like made of belted beer cans type of thing, it does seem like a super high quality AR, similar to like maybe a BCM quality or a SIG quality, something like that, which is good because it does have a high price point.
You were faster than the Uvalde police there, so.
Oh, that's rude. Let's shoot it a little bit and see. It seemed to be zeroed. I took this optic off my BCM. Oh, or not. We're a little to the right. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. It's nice and light too. It's only 7.5 pounds the way it's configured, so it's really easy to kind of just muscle around. So far so good. Now I'll just have to remember to shoot left of the target a little bit because I don't want to zero my dot right now, and we are shooting 75, but it's pretty close so we can make it work. Say when. Single-sided safety gets me. I'm so used to the ambi. Yeah, I wish I had an ambi, but that's not so bad.
Is it getting hot yet?
No, it's good. Which is kind of weird actually, because I was worried that the barrel nut mechanism would get hot.
Gotta worry about those barrel nuts.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I feel like I just watched you work out.
I'm trying to fold it backward, forward, kind of upside down, because again, when we change any mechanisms, we want to make sure it's all working well. And a lot of times when you shoot in adverse conditions or positions, like up, down, left, and right, sometimes it'll change the ejection pattern and everything. I want to make sure everything works well. So there's gonna be a lot of weird shit today.
Man, you're a good reviewer. And you got a sexy butt. Okay, boo.
Now we got our tactical barbecue here at 100 yards, and we'll see how we do with this. Nice. Super nice, super accurate, no heat so far. We're 100 rounds in.
We are?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Shoots nice. Yeah. 4 mags so far, and getting a little warm now. I was worried because this whole mechanism here is metal, and one of the main things I wanted to test on this to see how much this heats up, because most people, they like to go mag well, and I don't know if you'd want to do that on this one. What I've been doing is, it seems counterintuitive to kind of grab it like this and pull, but every time you do, this thing seems to bust your knuckle. So when I grab it, I kind of twist around like that, and then it doesn't bother me too much. Then all we gotta do is get the hook out of the way like that, pull the bolt carrier down, let it go, and it folds like that. Now it is a little bit hot, but still doable. So not too bad. It hasn't been getting overly hot. The bolt carrier is obviously hot, but that's how fire works. All right, so unzip the zippers, pull the gun out, unfold the mechanism, make sure your hook's out right there, bolt carrier back, fold in, lock into place, stock out, magazine, a lot of steps. Useful though, for sure. About $1.50 through it now, and no failures at all so far. Okay.
Feels good to me.
Yeah, it feels like just a normal AR.
Yeah, totally. Go.
It's quick like a cat. How does it hip shoot? Pretty good. Now the cool thing is, you can obviously leave it folded, and it is just a standard AR, so let's do some home defense drills with it, shall we? Say when.
Babe, help!
Not too bad.
I feel like you could really do some work with that.
I feel like you could. That's 200 rounds. No problems. First impressions of the Fold AR is that it's an AR that folds, and that's good because that's what they were going for, and that's what they've achieved. The folding system on it, is it rudimentary? Yes. Does it work? Also, yes. So the idea behind this is simply to get the smallest package possible and not necessarily improve the speed, in my opinion, on an upper and lower. But you do definitely get a lower overall profile, and then when it is put together, you definitely do at least appear to get a solid AR. We shot 200 rounds through it. It is as accurate and as fast as any AR we've really had on the channel. It was reliable in the first 200 rounds, no break-in period necessary. We lubed it up with Slip 2000, or rocking an Aimpoint T2, and a Surefire, and then obviously a Lantac Dragon as well, which is a very similar setup that I have on tons of my ARs, and I wanted to shoot that setup today, so we did. Now, I am wearing gloves for the second portion of the video, and the reason for that is not actually the heat up point where I thought it was going to be. I was actually worried about all this, but the fact that I've kind of unfolded and folded this now, what, 20 some times on the video, and the easiest way to do that is to grab the barrel when you originally crank them open, and after you've shot 60 rounds and you decide to fully grab your muzzle brake, A, you found out quick that you're an idiot. B, you won a Darwin Award, and C, I burned off some of the skin on my hand. It's actually right there on the brake still. But price of actually shooting the gun, reviewing the gun, and testing it out. Now, will you run into that? I doubt it, because the reality is that if you are going to open this, you're probably going to open it when you first start shooting, and then close it when you're done, as opposed to do a bunch of mag dumps, open and close it, open and close it. You know, we were doing testing on this. That's not really what you might see, but be aware that that can happen. If you have shot a magazine, do not grab the barrel, even if the gun is unloaded, simply because the barrel is going to be very hot. it is what it is. The gun itself shot very well. The parts seem high quality. The trigger is good. I like the fact that it comes with the K2 grip, very solid grip, and it is the rubberish kind, which feels very nice. We also have classic Magpul furniture on the back, which has worked great for 10 years. It'll continue working. Charging handle is a little bit harder to get to than a standard AR, simply because this connection point is here. And then obviously the other thing that I wanted to hammer on that I already kind of showed is that when you do pull the tab to unlock the AR, the camming system here does come down really hard, and just make sure your hand's not in the way. It takes a little bit of technique. And obviously we were speeding up through the course of the video. The gun will fold and unfold if the bolt's locked to the rear or not, which is kind of nice. And overall, I think what you get is you get a pretty high quality AR that folds in half, which is what the advertising says. And whether you want that or not, whether that's a platform you're interested in, is totally up to you. Whether space is a concern for you, maybe you're just looking for something new and cool. I believe so far at least that this is a functional AR that can fold in half and unfold and not decrease any overall reliability or accuracy. And the reason why I say I'm not sure if it's right for everybody is because this is like $500 or $700 or $800. Obviously it'd be a fucking huge win, but the fact is this is $2,000. Now it's $2,000 because they use high quality components, high quality rail, high quality barrel, high quality upper and lower receiver, bolt carrier group, all that stuff. But the main cost in it obviously is going to come from the research and development. With an AR, ARs are generally super cheap because they've been essentially the same for the past 60 years. The people bulk buy from several factories and then they put their name on it and say it's theirs. But with something like this, you have to create an entirely new rifle, an entirely new design. That takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of manufacturing, it takes a lot of retooling of equipment, and it takes a lot of skilled, not only labor, but, you know, thinking things out, trying new things is always a time-consuming effort. And to come up with something like this is actually pretty interesting, pretty simple. There doesn't seem to be a lot of failure points in it at all. I don't see how in the hell this could ever come apart. And that's like one of the pros and the cons of the gun, is that the disassembly is difficult. I actually think that's a pro, because even though it's so hard to pull apart, you can hit your hand sometimes. That means the damn thing is not going to come apart when you don't want it to, because you certainly wouldn't want to try to be engaged in a threat and all of a sudden your gun folds in half. That's not great. So I definitely like that they erred on the side of beefing up the system, making it maybe slightly more difficult to use, but very, very secure when it's put in place. So if you don't want to use the system, you can just use it as a regular AR all the time or most of the time. And then when you want to fold it in half and impress your buddies or stick it underneath a pontoon boat, or I don't know what you're doing with it, you can do that as well. It does have a lifetime warranty, which is very impressive. And if anything did go wrong with it, they'll fix it for you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please support your Oklahoma shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.
Poor widow fingers.
Yeah, this is why you wear gloves when you're dicking around with ARs that fold in half. Should have been wearing gloves the whole time, but it is what it is. I'm a country boy, I'll survive.
Manly stuff.